on to you, Virgos. So look, so you Virgos have the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune, and then you have the Queen of Wands. So what you've got going on for you Virgos, right? The Emperor, Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Wands for you speaks about how you Virgos pretty much are getting on to a new hobby. You're changing directions of certain things. More of you Virgos are becoming more so uh, yourselves, right? More so Virgos, right? More so unliked. And a lot of you, or I ain't gonna say unliked, but like not really care if you're liked, right? So indifferent, because a lot of you Virgos pretty much understand that people are dysfunctional. You know what I mean? And they project a lot of dysfunctionality onto you, right? Like the situation with like this, like a situation that just happened with me, but you'll see it the next day because I'm making it this video the day before, right? Like a situation with me, long story short, that just happened. And it's like, yo, like I don't like I do these things with a purpose. Like sometimes when it is that I get upset and I pop out and I show individuals, and then the times when I stay cool, I know what I'm doing, right? For the most part, right? I'm strategic when it comes to me showing my like me popping up, and or times where I'm being cool, because you can't be so passive to the point where people begin to misperceive you and they think that you're weak. Just like you can't just address every single thing. Otherwise, people will read you as being sensitive. You want to be able to have a good mix of the two. That way it keeps a lot of lame individuals on their feet. They don't know if they're going to get the person who's going to be upset or say something, but they also don't know if they're going to get the person who's going to sit down and talk to them one on one, right? And so the situation for a lot of us Virgos is that a lot of times people will try to say or do certain things to us. I've talked about this before. They'll say and they'll do excuse me, and they'll say certain things to us that are very disrespectful, and they expect us to not like ever say anything or ever stand up for ourselves, regardless of the fact that a lot of the times those people will have a chip on their shoulder. And this is part of the reason why it is that I say that for you Virgos, I'm not the moral police. Like I'm not gonna be the most moral person in the world to tell you to always walk away. But do your best to walk away. And if you feel like you can't walk away this time, I'm not saying for you to go too wild, but what I am saying is that, you know what I'm saying, kind of show these people like, you're gonna have to respect. They're gonna have to respect you. And I'm not saying for you to do something stupid. What I'm talking about is kind of like let people know, like, hey, you're not a doormat or a rug yourself, right? Like where this person gets off disrespecting you after you Virgos have been respectful to them, they need to stop doing that. Or you'll leave, or the two of y'all need to put on the boxing gloves and hash this thing out. Because the disrespect, so they either talk, so the two of you either talk about it, box about it, or you just walk away. Because either all three of those things are constructive. So, and the reason why is because they have it up in their heads that they are being respected, but they can't really articulately justify what their problem is with you Virgos, and they're never going to be able to, because they know it sounds stupid. And so the situation for you is that's part of the reason why you Virgos are getting onto your own agenda, and you're kind of leaving and you're kind of letting people just kind of, I don't know, like be at odds with you and feel whatever it is that they're going to feel, because the Two of Cups and the Eight of Cups. The Two of Cups right here and the Eight of Cups is about how what's going on here for you is that this is more so about how you Virgos right? Because a lot of you wish that you can be in a relationship. The Two of Cups, Eight of Cups would like to be in a relationship with you, but a lot of people, everything is politicized, everything is political, everything is dysfunctional, right? You can't show people. You Virgos end up losing a lot of people because because I see it, because in today's society, what's going on from what I'm getting from this is that people are not really for real when they're trying to make it seem like they're really about you and they're really down for you. They can't really say that because the reason why is because they're not really down for the cause. They're not really interested in really being with you, Virgos, long term. They expect to only deal with you from the capacity of it going one way. If they don't see you from the capacity of one specific way, they develop this whole ideology of maybe they're wrong about you, and they conflate that. They conflate that, or they mix that up from being healthy, right? Like, no person should experience happiness all the time. That's not, like, we go through our own different ebbs and flows of happiness, joy, sadness, anger, disappointment, right? Then there's times where we learn, there's times where we're being inquisitive. Like, we have all these different, you know what I'm saying? All these different things. And the things that with us specifically, because I'm reading for Virgos, a lot of times people only deal with us only from the perspective of we can feel nothing else other than happiness. We can only express only that, despite whatever it is that other people are doing. And so the Eight of Cups represents, this is part of why us as Virgos, we're staying away. It's because a lot of the times people are out of their mind and they don't realize that they're out of their mind. Of course, they don't realize they're out of their mind. They are only trying to deal with us. They're not really trying to get to know us for real, for real. Because if they're really interested in getting to know us, they would be interested in also getting to know our temperament, how we think, what goes on with us, right? Like, they would really do their homework as opposed to just being like, oh, well, I'm wrong about you. And it's like, how, right? Like, how many of you Virgos have dealt with a person who tried to make it seem like, who changed once you showed them some anger? It doesn't even necessarily have to be towards them, but you just showed them some anger. Now all of a sudden they're wrong about you. And it's like, is it really? Or is it that you Virgos, again, you know what I'm saying? You have a whole slew, you have a whole group of emotions and feelings just like everyone else. It's just that for you, you as Virgos are just more capable of handling those emotions. And so you don't show those other aspects of your emotions much often. But when you do, it's to make a statement. It proves a point, because a lot of the times people are provoking you. That's all that is. A lot of the times. Now, sometimes we be bugging. You know what I'm saying? To take full accountability. Sometimes us as Virgos, and I'm a Virgo saying this, we be bugging. We gotta relax. You know what I mean? We do bug out. But then a lot of the times though, we're earth signs. So a lot of the times we're calm, cool, collected. And so again, this proves the point about why us as Virgos are staying away. The Six of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and then you have the Judgment. These three cards here speak about how, and so them trying to reach, an ex trying to reach back out. The Knight of Pentacles and the Judgment just represents us Virgos trying to move forward. So it's this sense of like, it doesn't even have to be like a full-blown ex. It could be like someone who likes you, is what I'm coming to find out. Someone who likes you. But again, right, like us Virgos, we're looking at things completely differently. We're moving differently, right? The Knight of Pentacles and the Judgment is about us just embracing, moving away, us leaving, us being like, okay, Since people seem to have such a chip on their shoulders about us, we're just going to go then. And that's it. We're just going to go on our own and just finally be single the way that people want us and never mind about what those people think. Now, are we actually going to be single forever? A lot of us know, probably not. But I mean, like, give them that walking away that they want us from us so much, right? Like, okay, fine. It is what it is. And see, the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles represent, excuse me, the Nine of Swords and the Six of Pentacles represents, they're not even really ready for that. Because that's what's happening with us Virgos, right? Knight of Pentacles and the Judgment, being delivered from that, being delivered from like, like being delivered from associating with a lot of people. Because again, here comes the trying to poke and prod, right? And trying to, you know what I'm saying? Trying to poke at the bear, so to speak, and trying to like constantly do things to provoke you. And, no relationships, friends, romantic, fun only. It's always the stupidity of when they come around you, they lose their mind. Now all of a sudden they don't know how to act. Now all of a sudden it's the trolling. They don't know how to be in a relationship with you without getting goofy, and it's like, like, like what was their longest relationship? You know what I'm saying? Right? And so a lot of us Virgos, we're delivered from that. We're not dealing with that. And we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to from the very jump. Right? Let's clarify the Six of Cups. King of Michael, King of Raphael, Seven of Raphael, Decision, and then you have the Ten of Gabriel. So this is my point, right? To clarify the Six of Cups, right? The King of Michael, right? King of Raphael and the Seven of Raphael. Some of these people will stick around for you, Virgos. Others of you, you will lose. You won't hang out with them anymore. Either because they're trying to like say something to you and they start disrespecting you too, or more than likely, you Virgos will basically just be like, nah, you'll make the decision you don't want to hang out with them anymore. And it doesn't have anything to do with you Virgos making a personal decision that's meant to target anybody. This is more so a sense of like, you see, I've seen it. You Virgos see how this is just a strategic good move. This doesn't have anything to do with holding anything against anyone. This is about you Virgos just understanding that you have to stay away from people who are focused on trying to provoke you. And they don't even have a reason why. And that's why it's so stupid, because you will come around them but then at the same time, right? Time has moved. Time has obviously moved forward. Their life is not turning out as well as they see yours because they're comparing, right? Is their life good? Just depends on their decisions. I mean, I don't know, right? But what is good is you Virgos' life because of your decisions. And so the decision and the Ten of Gabriel, I got a little bit ahead of myself, represents how you Virgos, you're getting away from the connection. You Virgos don't want to have anything to do with pretty much a lot of different people right now, because I can smell it. I can see it. You Virgos are just tired of having to deal with people who they're really strange. They really wait until they come around you to start pulling off foolishness, to start pulling off a bunch of goofy nonsense. And none of it makes really any sense when you try to articulate it, right? And they're not going to be able to articulate it either. They're not going to be able to do that because there's something going on with them and they refuse to accept it. And so the things that the 10 of Gabriel represents, the embracing of us Virgos being like, okay, you're not necessarily going to make it like an objective to stay away from people, but you're not going to make it a point to go seek people out either, though. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel 200K. We're at 29,500. 29,542 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Peace.